Hi y'all, it's Pam from Pink Dragonfly Wings, and here we are ready to do another video. I apologize, the last couple of weeks have been pretty for our family. My little grandson got sick, then I got sick, my older grandson got sick, my husband got sick. We have just been passing around the bug. My daughter did not get sick though. She said she was tired of cleaning up poop and puke though. So anyway, I'm going to try to do a video today for Monday, and then I'm going to do another one on Tuesday to make up for the week that we missed. So and then on Wednesday we'll do the Wondrous Wednesday, and on Thursday I will do another Wondrous Wednesday to make up, and then we should be back on track again. So anyway, so what I have planned for today, y'all know I love Luise Henizl, and she showed us how to do some pockets out of book pages. And let me move this out of the way because I was practicing on this one. And let's get us a clean sheet ready so we can be prepared to do our thing. So, okay, here's what we're going to make today. Now, Luise made one of these, and I fell in love. Of course, my style and my level of creativity and artistic ability are nowhere near hers. If you want to see awesomeness, go check out Luise Henizl's YouTube videos and see, because she's phenomenal. But anyway, I made this little pocket. It's made out of book pages, and it's going to fit in our little journal here that we're making for 2022. So we'll find a place in here. It's a pretty big pocket, so it may have to fit on one of these bigger pieces, these handmade pieces like this. But that's okay. We can do that. That would look perfect right there. So that's what we're going to do today. And let's get started. Okay. So let me put this one over here so I can keep my eye. Now then, in the video that inspired me to do this, Luise showed us how to do this book and dye the inks and the whole book. And so I did one, not as nicely as hers. And hers is a little smaller than mine, but I used the book that I had, so hopefully it'll be okay. So we're going to start by putting this first page down like this, and make it as kind of as straight as I can. Okay, so we have that one. We're going to take the second page and put it down here, and we're going to kind of do it at a funky angle. So we'll do, let's do it about there. This may not give me enough room for 4 pockets, so let's just see how we go. And then let's do it right around this side, because I really want it to be cattywampus, not even. I think that's one of the things that I really, really like about junk journaling, and I don't know that I like that. That's not going to work. because that just gives me, of course, okay, let me talk this through. I think that will work just fine. Okay, let's give it a try anyway. All right, so we're going to have a pocket, a pocket, a pocket, and a pocket. So we have 4. Goodness, excuse me. What we're going to do first is take our little glue stick here, and we're going to glue right down the edge of this just a little bit, kind of mainly to hold it. And then we'll do this side. From the pocket, edge of the pocket, down the side, we'll do this one. And this is really just enough to hold it, because we are going to sew. If you don't want to sew, you certainly do not have to. In that case, then you need to do the bottom of each of these as well, because your tags will fall through. Okay, so, but we have that done. I am going to glue this down because I don't really want that to be a pocket, because I want to decorate down here and I want it to flow. So we'll use it that way. Now then, you take this. This has now, oh, it already came off. This has now become one unit, one piece. And so you already have all of this. Now it's open over here, so you can decide, because I want to cut just a little bit of this off of the side. And I have my brand new handy dandy Tim Holtz decal cutter. I have been so excited about this cutter. So I'm going to put it in here. Oh, may have to cut a little off of the other end. I do want the for it to be a little bit shorter, so let's go with it about like yay much. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Look at it, look at it, look at it. Okay, this goes in my scrap pile, and then we'll cut a little bit off of this side here, just enough to make it kind of even. I don't want to lose our coffee dye on the side. So okay, so we have that done. I love that little cutter. That is so cool. Let's put these in our trash. And now we have this ready to go. Okay. Now, before we get started, I do want to, what did I do with my glue stick? Here it is. I do kind of want to glue these little flaps down, just because I don't want them flipping up. So we'll cut those, or glue those down ever so slightly with our little handy dandy glue stick. And then we'll do this one. And then I am going to sew around the edges, so I'm not going to worry about the other side. So this little pocket's going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 book pages. Okay. Now, I've got them all messed up, so I am going to put this right here, and I'm going to run over to my sewing machine and stitch around this, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and we have a beautiful little zigzag around the edge of this. Let's cut off our strings. There we go. Now then, if you want to accent this, let me see what I did with my little piece of paper. Sometimes it's easier to just get another one. Okay. And then I'm going to slide this in here. Get my ink. You know, no matter how prepared you think you are, you aren't. Okay. I am going to start a cleanup and de-stash of my scrap room. And I tell you, it seems like the little scrapbook fairies come in, or junk journal fairies come in at night and just play havoc and make all kinds of new things. But I have had some of my stuff since I started scrapbooking 20 years ago. And you know, I've decided if I haven't used it in 20 years, chances are I'm not going to use it. So we have a little 4-H group here, and they do scrapbooking, and it's awesome. And I have volunteered with them for a couple of years, and I haven't lately because I got sick and, you know, couldn't do that. One, going through radiation every day, and then just the exhaustion, the fatigue, kept me from being able to go and volunteer. But I'm going to donate a lot of this stuff to those young ladies. They work so hard, and so that's what I'm going to do. And hopefully, as soon as I get caught up with my videoing, I can get started on that. All right, there we go. That is our base for our little book. Now, I'm not going to do anything to the back of this because I am going to glue this directly down to the page. If you didn't want to glue it, you could certainly glue this and make it as a clip-in, or you know, an extra page, however you wanted to do it. But for me, I'm going to glue it down to the page. So what we're going to do is we have 1, 2, 3, 4 little tags in here. And these tags came from Luise Henizl's Etsy shop, so check that out. I don't remember the name of this particular kit, but it's mixed media tags, and I don't know. But if you'll go on her Etsy store, you'll find it. And then the paper on the back is hers as well. So I'm not nearly as good at decorating those as she is, but I gave it a try. Then this is our base. Down here is where we want to kind of collage a little bit. So down here, we're going to collage a little. And let's make sure before we proceed forth that this is going to fit in our page, in our book. And it will. Okay, so that's going to work perfectly. This one is a little wider than the prototype that I made. I think I cut it a little differently or something, cut these edges off or something, I don't know. But anyway, so let's start decorating. So these are my little scraps that I used, that I made here a while back using ink and coffee and all kinds of stuff. And so if you want to see how I did those, you can check out my video on that. But I want to stay within this color scheme because the prototype is this color, and I think we need a page of this color in our book. This page, however, may be just a tad big. Let's see what else we can find in here. That's a pretty piece. How about that? Right there. That would be pretty. Okay. So, even though that one's pretty, we're going to put it back. Let's take a little piece of just the words on this, and then maybe put it right there. We kind of want it to be a collage. Let's see, what else do we have in here? We have all kinds of papers, all kinds of stuff. Maybe this over here, and then these. Okay, let's see what else we can find in here, and then we'll kind of figure out how we want to do it. I love the grunginess of these papers. This is also a Luise Henizl thing. I want to be Luise Henizl when I grow up, so I really love her work. All right, so let's get our little paper here and our ink dauber, and let's ink up some of these edges here just to make a little effect. And we'll put this one right here. Could put the lid on my glue stick, and always wonder why my glue stick runs out or dries up. That's why. Ooh, that side is pretty too. But we've already made our decision, so we're going to put this right here. And I don't want it to go over the stitching because I do want the stitching to show. So let's put just a little dab under there. Okay, so we know we want that one there. And I think we might tear this off just a little bit. I apologize for my sniffles today. It is finally kind of becoming spring in the Colorado Rockies. And let's uneven this up a little bit. And in fact, my daughter and grandsons went skiing today, and my poor kids, the grandkids, have been out of school this week for spring break, and bless their hearts, we've all been sick, so they didn't get to have just a very terrific spring break. So Mama took them skiing today, and the little one is going skiing for the first time, and he was so excited. They're just going for half a day today since this is his first go. We'll be surprised to see that he makes it for the whole afternoon. Now, I want this little page number right here. I don't know if you can see that, but I want that little page number to show, so I have to organize my papers accordingly. Kind of like that piece better than that one. So let's page number there. Goodness, excuse me, please. Alrighty. What other kinds of little nubbins do we have in here? That's kind of a cool nubbin. And let's see if we can rough up these edges just a little bit. Alrighty, there we go. So I hope everyone is doing awesome, doing great, not sick. Let's see what else we have in here. That look kind of cool right there. Kind of pull in some of the colors a little bit. But I just don't like those straight edges. So let's tear a little bit off here. And where did I put it? I put it right to there. Alrighty. Okay. Now on this one, on our prototype, we just went up to the fold. But I think maybe on this one, we may do this whole little section here. All the way up to the top. And that might work pretty cool. Okay, we can come back in and oh, that side's pretty. I think I kind of like that side better than this side. I don't know though. That side has words on it. Let's stick with what we picked the first. This other side is just a little dark. And since it's almost spring, we want to be happy and light. Okay. I think that's looking awesome. That kind of looks like a bird. So let's put him in there. Can't tear off the bottom because if I do, I'll tear off most of the bird. So like that. And we just have a little area here to go. I really like that little look there. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-do. pull that up ever so slightly. That'll work. Okay, so let's tear this off so that we can have our straight edge right there. And that'll cover perfectly. Alrighty, and I think we only need to really ink that one side. The rest of it looks pretty good. Okay, let's put him right in there. Come on. There we go. And then I think we'll just fold this little part over right there and not worry about trying to cut it off. All right, now we need something in that little corner right there, a little bitty something. Okay. I like that. Okay, so we are going to, let's tear off that much. And we can fold that under like we did the other one. Okay. Oops. Oopsie. And then we'll fold this under as well. All right. There we go. Now we have our collage front. Let's put a little glue right here to hold that down. We don't want that coming up. There we go. I like that. Very awesome. Very awesome. Okay, so let's put our little pieces back, and we, of course, save. I think that might. I think that might work right there, just to kind of help cover that. Kind of looks like a little bare spot. Like right there. Okay, that looks a little better. A little more collage-y. Alright, so now we'll finish putting our little pieces away. These little pieces can go in the trash. These little pieces all go back in the bucket, and we'll put the bucket over here for the moment. Give us a little more room. So I'm going to set this aside for a moment. Let that dry really good, and we're going to work on our tags. Now, like I said, I have used the tags from Luise's Etsy shop. Please go check them out. Her prices are very, very reasonable, and find you some cool stuff. So we're going to put a tag in here, but these may, I want this one to be a little shorter. So what we may do is cut this one off, make this one a little taller, have it stick out up here, And then we could do bigger tags here and another bigger tag here, and that would work fine. We could kind of make them stair-stepped. And then we'd have this one here a little shorter. Okay, we could use them like that. Or we do, like on this, I made the little tags because I thought they were kind of cool. So I think I want to do the same thing. So let's pull these out. We'll use 1 flower and 2 flowers. We'll save those. And I thought I had some more of these. There's one. There's one. I don't know what happened to get these all spread around here, but there we go. All right, so we have 1, 2, and then let's do these 2. 1, 2. All right, so I'm going to put these over there, and we'll save those for another project. So we're going to stand that up and let that dry. And the first thing that we are going to do is on this, I'm going to do one of these, and then I'll stop. There's no sense in you watching me do this 4 times. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our tag, and I have some of this, and it's kind of a thin down gesso, and my little stencil here that is just circles. Let's see, we need to cut, oh goodness, we need to cut this one off first because trying to figure out what do I need to cut. Let's use, oops, our other little cutting board. And I'm going to put it about right there. And that gives me another little piece for my bucket. All right, so we're going to do this one. And we'll do it about like this. Now this is pretty thin. So, well, that was not what I intended to do. But sometimes accidents happen. So we're going to just put this on here thinly. I don't want it to be obtrusive. So we want it to be very thin. And some of the little circles may not get covered in completely, and that is quite okay. Luise is an expert at this. Me, not so much. Let's get us a little napkin and see if we can wipe some of that off, because I really, okay. And now, I really don't like that, but let's see. There we go. That gets most of it. And when we color it in a minute, that's going to work just fine. I'm going to put that on there. We're going to dry this. Let's take our other ones over here before we get them all messed up. Dry this. Okay. And then, where did I put? Here it is. This is Lindsay's Gang Spray. It's Flat Fabio. And the color is Ceslavi Cries. Anyway, I think that's maybe French. Crest. Anyway, let me put it up here where you can see it. So that's it. We're going to take this tag and hold it up and put some very direct sprays and get our water and let it run. Maybe just a tad more right here. There we go. Probably a little too much water there. And we just want it to run. And then I'm going to drop that and let it pick up the drippings on the other side. Okay. And this is mixed with water so it dries pretty quickly and makes some really, really cool effects. Let it dry really, really good. And turn it over on the back and see if we can pick up some of these other colors. We can always spray a little more. Get a little more water. And dry. And it's really cool when you can get those little streams like that, those little rivers, and get it to dry. It looks really cool. Alright. Now then, we'll get a little coffee. And I have a little spray here. Now this coffee is not quite as dark. I just had to put some new in. And so it's not really quite as dark. But it'll give us the same effect. Now this coffee was just brewed this morning. This is what we have left over from our pot. And I really like it after it's kind of set for a day or two. Here, let's close this. But it does make some cool effects down here. So, still looks nice. Looking very pretty. Okay, let's put a little coffee on the back. try putting a little ink in with the coffee, like maybe some, I don't know, walnut stain or something like that, that would give it a little bit more of a dark look. But the effects of this are really cool on the tag. I don't know if the camera is picking up the designs and things in the, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it really is a cool effect. Okay, so we have that one. Put a little bit more here on this. I just have got to de-stash this ring. I just have got to de-stash. I have so much stuff in here and I can't find anything. Looking pretty cool though. Okay. Now we will ink around the edges because that's what we do. We ink around the edges. And I'm giving it a pretty heavy inking around the edge because I want it to really look aged. We'll also do the back. Of course, I'm a pretty heavy inker anyway. I like the definite edging. And so I know lots of people just daintily, and that's great. It's a beautiful look. It's just I'm pretty heavy-handed with the ink daubers. So, okay. So there's our tag. One thing that I did forget to do is I wanted to cut the corners of this to match the little tags. The little tags are rounded on the bottom, see? And so I wanted to do that, so I forgot. So we'll just ink up these little round edges and be good to go. Okay, and there's our tag ready for decorating. So let me ink up and do the other three, and I'll be back and we'll get to decorating. Be back in a minute. Okay, we're back. All of the tags have been finished and dyed and ready for decorations. I did do these first couple of decorations just like this one. So this tag here has, I did the buttons a little different just because it was different. So I'm going to put this one back in here. And we're going to work on this one. Well, well, well. The wonders of modern technology. I did not realize that my video had quit. And so we missed all of this. Let me go over it really quickly with you again. I've already done it. So, but this one, I think, got on the video. So this one I think is okay. This one is the same thing. It has a little piece of gauze with a piece of sari, two ribbons, or two buttons that I sewed on kind of in an X pattern. So those two are ready to go. This one, we went through the process of trying to decide between this dangle and this dangle, but I decided that since everything on here was kind of dark, this dark teal color, that we would go with the lighter teal. Plus this one has a little wand on it, and you can't use a little magic. So we have a little wand here. And then we just pinned it to the gauze, glued it to the tag, and put a little, whatever kind of bow you call this. It's just a knot kind of bow. And got that one finished, and then this one has the same thing with the dragonfly on it. I so much apologize that I did not realize sooner that I wasn't videoing. So now we're working on decorating the front. So we took this little piece of gauze, put it right here. We kind of want it at an angle, so we don't want all these straight lines. And we'll put this at an angle. And this is the stuff I was talking about. This is some kind of stuff. I got it at the hardware store. Comes in a package like this. It is pre-gips, and it says on here that it is a bandage. Let's see, a fast setting POP bandage. So I think that maybe you put it on the wall for texture. I'm not sure. That's what I use it for, is for texture. So I cut a little piece off. It is messy because when you cut these little pieces of, you can see here on the screen, these little pieces of white stuff will come off and flake off. But that's okay. I put the water on it when I put the color, and that kind of seemed to set it a little bit. So anyway, have this. And then I have a little doily here. And y'all know I love doilies. And so I'm going to put that little doily right there and finish off our bottom down here. And I think that'll look really pretty. And so let's glue. Have to wait for my glue. It seems like I'm constantly having to wait for something or somebody. So we're going to put it like that. We're going to pull back this layer, if we can get it separated, and put a little glue back here. And then we'll put some glue on our doily. Nothing is complete without a doily. Put it right here in the center. And I buy my doilies from Donna Little. She has a YouTube channel and has some of the coolest little doilies, and I love these little square things. So okay, there we go. We could take let's see, we could take one of our little things here. Wonder how it would look if we put one in each corner. That might work better. I like that idea. So we're going to need 4 of them. So we'll cut off 2 more. Just to add a little extra color. Kind of makes the little doily pop out a little bit. So let's see if we can get the glue to come out in a little spot. and a little spot, and a little spot, and a little spot. And we'll see how we're doing. Okay. I need to get used to using these little tweezer things because I think it would make it so much easier. But let's see how that works. Takes a little paper off. And put the light on. Whoops. We want it to stay. And then we have another little one. Probably should have took the backing off of these before I cut them. Would have been a whole lot easier. But I didn't. So there we go. And then we have there we go. I like that. That's cute. All right. So then on our other one, we had a little dragonfly here. I could not find another one just like that one. So I found this one. And I think it has, I think it will work just fine. It came on white paper, printed it. I printed it out on white paper. And then I'm just going to glue it right in here. Now, if you didn't mind having the extra bulk, it would be kind of cool for him to be raised a little bit. But then it would make him look a little more three-dimensional. But because I'm trying to keep my journal flat as possible, which is not going well, I might add, because I like stuff on here. And so we're going to lay him flat. Put him right there. Okay. So there we go. Let's take this and, oh, I forgot. I always forget these words. I forget words. But I wanted to put some words on here, and I'm going to go back and put a word on the other one as well, just because I have them, I like them, and I think they're cool. So we have a little word here that says fly away, and we'll ink up the edges of this. And then don't really like it there. I kind of like it there. Okay, I kind of like it there. So let's glue this down and put it right there. I think that's a very appropriate little saying for a dragonfly. Cute. And we're done. So let's find a page, or find the page we looked at a while ago, and let's put it in our book. See, my little book's already becoming a pretty chunky monkey, so I am going to put this down with Fabrifix, and I'm going to go really good on these stitches so that maybe it will help reinforce the stitches and not let them come undone. So we can put this on here. I put lots of glue on here. up a little bit, Pam. Okay. And let's glue it and hold it down. Now, this paper that I'm attaching this to is a handmade paper. I didn't hand make it. I bought it. But I need to pull that because I don't need it as close to the seam over here, the spine, as it seems to be. So let's, before the glue sets, let's get it moved a little bit. Move it over just a little bit. There we go. And then that will make it, oh, I tore my little corner doing that. Not a good idea, I don't guess. But I bet I can fix it. Just like that. Except we need a little glue that's somewhere besides on my fingers. Okay, what did I do with those little tweezer thingies? Right here. And we'll put it right back there. There we go. Now we need to make sure that this stays glued. There we go. Except it's gluing to my finger, but there we go. Okay. And I like that. And then we can put our pockets in. We have one pocket here for this tag. The second tag is the bigger one. The third tag goes right here. And the fourth tag will go right up here. Okay, so that added some bulk to our book, but it's beautiful. So there's our page. I hope you enjoyed making it with me. I do sell these little dangles in my online store. You can visit there at www.pinkdragonflywings. And I have a whole selection of colors, sets, whatever, occasions. So check that out and see what you think. And we'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.